Campbell McLean, Campbell 3-2 defeat against Rochs. Just give us your thoughts on the game.
Really disappointing, Ben. We've come here to win after getting beat off Arthurlie on Monday night, probably knowing that we need to win to keep it in our own hands, and we've lost. We've given away some really cheap goals. We've been made to work hard for our goals. Josh hits a wonder strike for the second, and ultimately we're really disappointed to lose 3-2. And now it's out of our hands and we need to rely on favours, but we're not going to give up. We'll be ready for the next game against Rochs, and we'll be ready to go then.
Pleasing for yourself to get 45 minutes in the tank?
Yeah, it's pleasing personally, but it's just a very small side note after today's result. It's been a long time, 3.5 months I think, out, and it's been frustrating. It's been good seeing the boys doing well, but I'm just hopefully going to be able to help get the last victory on the last day, and hopefully that's enough, but it's out of our hands now.
Take a week off, it'll be St Rochs again. Not to expect, would you, must win?
Absolutely must win. Even if we know that promotion's out of our hands, we need to go and win. Personal pride for the club. Last 2 games have been unacceptable for us, and we need to go and beat St Rochs. We've seen at the end there, tension's high, boys are hurting, but we need to go and show that in the pitch now. It's no good showing it at the end of the game. We need to show it during the game, so we'll be ready.
Cheers, Campbell. Good to see you back.
Thank you.
Manager Kevin Kelly, 3-2 defeat here at James McCrory Park. What went wrong?
I think it's hundreds of things. I think they're poor defensively. You get yourself into a great position early doors, then you lose a terrible goal. The boys puts it for a free kick, and it's a great free kick. And fair play to him. We knew that's what he could do, but the fact of the matter is that we should be much better than that. And then you come out, second goal, it's just powder puff. It's powder puff, and we get ourselves back into an outstanding finish, and I'm really pleased for him. I'm really pleased for him. He works his socks off week after week to get himself in the squad, and I thought he done really well. He gets a lot of criticism, so fair play to him. And then we need to change it a wee bit. And then it's a shocking decision for the referee. It could be single-handedly one of the worst performances I've seen for a referee at this level. I don't think the linesman's given him any hand. But fair play to St Rochs. I know Ian, I know Kenny, and the big man very well, and they were well up for that. It's a club that I spent a lot of time at. But fair play to them, and listen, the better team won the day.
It feels like the team just couldn't kind of match that physicality that St Rochs had.
I think if you look at it, our youth pathway has been excellent to us. You look at the players that started that game today, maybe just a little bit of naivety and maybe a little bit of pressure as well, Ben. Maybe it was just the pressure that maybe decided, they're just a wee bit away. But listen, I told you weeks and weeks ago this was never going to be easy. The players had a lot to give. They've gave an absolute tank. They've gave a lot of the day, but just that wee bit at the end that kills us. There's no denying it's a foul. There's absolutely no denying it's a foul. But you can't turn up week after week expecting to have to score 3 or 4 goals to win a game and conceding that amount of goals every week. So we go again and we regroup and we'll do what we need to do.
You'll take a free week and you'll be relying on some good results elsewhere to get back in the
listen, hopefully it's not in our hands now. I know others will get a lift for that. I certainly would. But it's a sore one. It's a sore one. And listen, credit the players. You come here, there's a bit of debate whether the game's going on or off, and there's mitigating circumstances to that. But I'm not pleased at all.
We'll take a break, then you'll be this team again back at Buffs Park. What do you expect?
I suppose it's one of the things you then kind of have an idea of what to expect, but teams can change, teams can get better, teams can get worse. I just think that we need to solve a couple of issues, and we'll do that, because it's not the players. It's not the players' technical ability. It's far from that. You look at that squad. These players that are in that dressing room have gave us absolutely everything since the day that we came in here. There was no expectation on them. There was a wee bit, towards the end, but it's never came for me, because we knew that how hard a task it was going to be. We're certainly far from out it. We need to win next week, and then we'll do what we need to do come that. But we'll go again come Tuesday and Thursday, and we'll see what we do next Saturday leading into the following week against St Rochs.
Cheers, Kevin.
Thanks, Ben.